He is the mastermind. He is the puppet master. He is the king of games.
Ben Johnson was the guy who truly found out how to utilize Amon-Ra St. Brown.
The Detroit Lions have scored a touchdown in 15 straight quarters.
Ben Johnson's able to utilize that offense still, Jared Goff being limited as a skill set.
Ben Johnson has been a godsend for this offense.
I'm ready to gush over Ben Johnson.
Gush.
I'm ready. Dog, the Ben Johnson effect. I told you. This guy's the bee's knees.
Yes.
Spinny, if you look at this from like a just pure, what our offense was last year with Anthony Lynn in charge. Again, that's a former head coach, a guy who's been to the playoffs as an offensive coordinator when he was with the Jets. Braylon played under him. Former NFL running back, he had that experience too.
Yes.
That offense was garbo. Doo-doo water. And again, I will fully admit, though, he didn't have the amount of weapons he had this year. However, he is the guy that did miss on Justin Herbert when he had him. Ultimately, it took my guy Tyrod Taylor getting his lung punctured for Justin Herbert to hit the field. Yeah. He didn't utilize Amon-Ra St. Brown. And now that Ben Johnson, Salt Bay. Sprinkle last year.
Sprinkling it in.
We see Amon-Ra St. Brown emerge.
Yes,
a guy who only had less targets than Cooper Kupp.
Yes.
A guy who honestly, Ryan Ermanni said it first on the Ermanni Edwards show with Maz. He compared, I'm so hyped right now. Amon-Ra St. Brown to Cooper Kupp, which I'm not mad at it. Obviously, Kupp has done more to this point, and Amon-Ra's going to have to do that to hold that true. But I'm not mad at that comparison. But Ben Johnson was the guy who truly found out how to utilize Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yes.
Ben Johnson's the guy who found out. Let's be real about it. Jared Goff is limited as a quarterback in the NFL. He is. Sean McVay, one of the best offensive minds and one of the best head coaches in the NFL, admitted that himself. That's why he traded in for Matthew Stafford for an upgrade, and they got a ring.
Yes.
All right. Ben Johnson's able to utilize that offense still with Jared Goff being limited as a skill set. Our offensive line yesterday was limited. Still was able to utilize the efficiencies and where we were great at, where we're good at with that limited offensive line. On the spur of the moment, too. Rake said in the chat, last week was Dan Skipper's first game ever starting in the NFL, and he's originally a tackle.
Yeah.
He started at guard yesterday.
And played well.
I
never want to hear SOL talked about in anything but a joking manner ever again. We talked about it. The Detroit Lions have scored a touchdown in 15 straight quarters. 15 straight quarters. That is not SOL. The Detroit Lions have the highest scoring offense in the NFL. That is not SOL. That is Ben Johnson coming out here, like we said, sitting down with Jared Goff, getting his scheme right, getting his plan right, and then having the guys go out there and execute at a high level. He doesn't have his prized possession. His first-round draft pick, Jamison Williams. DJ Chark had 0 catches in the last game. TJ Hawkinson not living up to the hype that we want him to just yet, and they're still scoring 35 points a game. Ben Johnson has been a godsend for this offense. He didn't get the hype in Hard Knocks. He's not getting the media hype over the hire. Oh, they just improved their tight end guy. They just moved up their tight end guy to offensive coordinator. That doesn't mean much. No, they saw him, they recognized him, and they brought him and gave him the confidence to run this offense. Oh, maybe it's going to be Dan Campbell calling plays. We don't know yet. No, it is Ben Johnson's offense. He is the mastermind. He is the puppet master. He is the king of games. He is the thing that makes this whole operation work. You love to see him have that confidence instilled in him. From obviously starting with Sheila Ford Hamp, going down to Brad Holmes, and then to Dan Campbell. They believe in Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson is going to be a head coach in the NFL very soon.
I just got done speaking about Sean McVay. He's a former tight ends coach, too. You know what I'm saying? It was nice that we were able to be the team to promote Ben Johnson and showcase him and his skill set. But like I said, man, he's been able to utilize every single thing he was given. Although he may have been limited in what he was given, he's utilized every single part of it, too. You know what I'm saying? And we can save this for a topic tomorrow. Who's a bigger weapon, DeAndre Swift or Amon-Ra St. Brown at this point?
That's a good topic.
It is a good topic, and it'll be a fun one to debate. But nonetheless, the fact that we're able to utilize both of those guys, you know what I'm saying, to their abilities. Amon-Ra St. Brown being a former 4th-round pick. DJ Chark had some plays. He would have had that touchdown. Jared Goff had hit him on that 4th down play in the first quarter. He would have had that big gain had Jared Goff, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying, though. Jared Goff is limited.
Yes.
But Ben Johnson's still able to make this offensive productive. Last year, we had less weapons in that offensive lineup. He was still able to make that productive. The one thing I'm kind of more so, I guess, pointing to the player and execution on is T.J. Hockenson. I feel like that's a guy that obviously should be able to thrive in this offense.
Yes.
We still make a big play yesterday. 2 drops, though. 2 ugly drops, I should say. One was even on short yard gain, so, like, I wasn't even like the ball was it was the other side of the hash mark, so maybe it's getting zipped to him. No excuse.
Yeah.
T.J. Hockenson should have caught that pass.
Should have caught that.
But
if it hits you in the hands, you got to catch it. You're an NFL player.
100%. Ben is him.
Ben is him.
Ben is him.
He is Timothy Turner. Like I said, he knew about his quarterback. Obviously, we all know about Jared Goff. Obviously, Brad Holmes knew about Jared Goff and his limitations. And so what did Ben Johnson do? He didn't throw him out there saying, yeah, we're going to be going deep. We're still gunslinging. This is still the Matt Stafford off. No, he tailored his offense around Jared Goff's strengths. That is what winning coaches do. That is what good institutions, good programs, good teams do. They use the strengths of their players. Ben Johnson is using the strengths of his players. You look at how he runs DeAndre Swift. You look at how the different options and different facets he uses the extreme athlete of Amon-Ra St. Brown in. He has him running the ball.
Hold on, though. That's the thing, too, is like, as much as I love Amon-Ra St. Brown, like, he's not really an extreme athlete.
Yes.
He ran a slow 40.
Yeah.
He was drafted in the 4th round for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm crediting Ben Johnson for. You know what I'm saying? He's still able to utilize him and what he's best at.
He looks like a pretty damn good athlete out there.
I agree.
I'm telling you.
I agree.
The guy goes out, obviously son of the 2-time Mr. World, the Mr. Olympia.
Yeah.
He comes from great roots. He has 2 brothers who have played at, high-level football. One brother in the NFL. The other brother played at USC as well.
Yeah.
So it is extremely, extremely, intense. It is extremely imperative to utilize these guys in the best way for them to produce success. And that is what Ben Johnson does every single snap, every single game, every single week. He utilizes these players to fulfill their highest capability. Like I said, you saw how he runs DeAndre Swift. You saw when he brings in Jamal Williams. You see when he has Amon-Ra doing all these different things.
Yeah.
DJ Chark making plays. We go back, DJ Chark said before the season started, he has never been utilized like this in his career.
Yeah.
This guy, Ben Johnson, is getting the most out of his players and putting them in the best situations for them to have success.
Bro, and we haven't even seen him utilize a
The
freak
best
athlete
athlete
in
on our team.
Jamison Williams, bro.
We still
I
have
can't help but to see every single play I see Josh Reynolds make or not make, in my head, automatically respond like, yo, if that was J-Mo running that route, that's a touchdown.
Yes.
Yo, if that's J-Mo running that route, that's like
every
a 20,
time Josh Reynolds got a catch.
Yeah, 100%. Because
Yes.
a lot of them on those little slants and cross patterns and stuff like that. He did have the touchdown on Saturday too, and I'm not trying to discredit Josh Reynolds at all, but I'm just saying like J-Mo's supposed to be that guy. Jamison Williams healthy could have and should have been the first wide receiver off the board. Brad Holmes got him for close to nothing. Just reshuffled our second round picks.
Yes.
Moved up and grabbed him. And then Ben Johnson gets that toy to play with too. He's utilizing every single thing. All the limited, the offensive line. All of Jared Goff, limited as quarterback. He's still utilizing all those guys to put up 35 points in the last 3 contests. And that hasn't been done since 1995. Let's remember too, Spinny, who's the best wide receiver, or arguably one of the best wide receivers of all time that played at Detroit
Calvin
Lions?
Johnson.
Calvin Johnson. I'd say Golden Tate, pretty damn good wide receiver at some point too.
Yes.
Javid Best, Reggie Bush. We've had all these
I
guys.
wouldn't put Javid Best up there, but
He was when
he was
healthy
good
though.
until
he got hurt. But still, these electric figures that we've had. Calvin Johnson, damn, they're one of the best wide receivers to ever do it. But Ben Johnson's still utilizing these guys that aren't them
Yes.
to do numbers we haven't seen since 1995,
Again.
since I was 2 years old.
Yeah. Again, he has created the highest scoring offense in the NFL, and he still got the Ferrari sitting in the garage. Jamison Williams is just waxing it. Just making sure.
Looking at his
she's
reflection,
purring,
smiling because he
making
knows.
sure she's ready. When he hopefully it is after that bye week in Dallas, and Jamison Williams goes into Jerry's world, puts up 110 and 2 touchdowns on the Cowboys.
Sheesh.
Because the way he utilizes Amon-Ra St. Brown, I can only imagine what he is going to do once he gets his hands on Jamison Williams.
Like you said, the Ferrari's still in the garage.
Ferrari's still in the garage.
That bit. Just looking at his own reflection, smiling like, yeah, once I pull you out, I'm getting all the holes.
Hell
You feel
yeah.
me? Yeah, 100%, man. Ben Johnson is him. And that's one thing too. Like we looked a little bit ahead to like the Minnesota Vikings matchup, and their defense looked good against the Packers. And obviously their offensive has some scary weapons. Justin Jefferson, I'd say, is the best wide receiver in the league. But knowing that we have Ben Johnson in that matchup, I almost feel like there's a chance, like a little bit more of a. Obviously, there's probably a lot of Lions fans who feel like we have a chance. They thought we were beating half the damn team when you did the voting on BDE.
15-2.
But now I'm to the point with Ben Johnson that like, I think we have a chance at a lot more games than we believe we did previously, just because of him at the offensive coordinator position and utilizing every single piece of this offense consistently.
This is the first offensive coordinator we've had in 20 years that I've been like, yeah, this guy is innovative.
Yeah.
This guy is smart. He is great play calling, and he is putting these guys in the best situation to succeed. I haven't had an offensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions that I've been like, yeah, he's a difference maker. What he's doing with our offense is comparable to what Andy Reid did. To obviously small sample size.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying he's that, but what he does to this offense is equally as important as those guys. As when Sean McVay first came into the league and was calling plays, and we saw that offense change. When Andy Reid started calling plays, we saw that offense explode. That is what Ben Johnson is starting to do with the Detroit Lions. He started calling plays. The offenses have been exploding. The offenses have been putting up more points than anybody in football.
Literally. And the other team we're tied with, and actually it's team total because the defense scored, but the Chiefs. 9 touchdowns us. But our 9 touchdowns are completely all offense. Oh, by the way, one team has this guy named Patrick fucking Mahomes with Jared Goff. Let's go. He's him. We got something.
Yes.
We really do.
And we need to hold on to him.
We do. It's funny because I remember when we spoke about this a couple weeks back in the offseason, and we had people in the comment section, rightfully so, I guess, to that point, because we haven't seen him as an offensive coordinator calling deep plays, but kind of calling us out saying, let's chill out a little bit. We had a segment, who's going to get the head coaching job first, him or Anthony Glenn. And we said, we were nervous about losing Ben Johnson more, though, in that situation. A lot of people were talking shit to us because we hadn't seen him on the field. Guess what? We've seen him on the field at this point. And I'm nervous. I hope he keeps him for at least 2 years, but I give him 2 years tops if he's continuing this trajectory and staying this consistent at it. Then
somebody's going to snag him up. Somebody's going to snatch him up. It is, young offensive minds, young, influential offensive coordinators go like hotcakes in the NFL. Everybody wants the next Sean McVay. Everybody wants the next Kyle Shanahan. Everybody wants the next Matt LaFleur. And that is what people are going to start looking at Ben Johnson as because of what he's doing with this Detroit Lions offense. So hopefully we can hold on to him before he gets snatched up.